Let's take a flashback to high school biology. What do we use for energy? There's only one molecule, we have to make it. We have three different ways, roughly. Three different ways to make it, right? We need to make ATP, right? Okay, and we make ATP. Very good, yeah, you remember? Yeah, it was a long time ago. So, you only make ATP in one of three ways. The first is by using creatine phosphate that's stored in the muscles. Unfortunately, you only have about 6 to 8 seconds worth of creatine phosphate, okay? So that's any sprint, that's heavy lifting, you know, we'll do some plyos and we'll show. But after 6 to 8 seconds, the creatine is gone. And if you wanted to replenish creatine, well, that would take you, and you know, I'll get into this concept of work to rest ratios. You would need about 5 times, or maybe up to 10 times as much rest as the length of whatever sprint or whatever work you did. Let's give a simple example. If you did a 6-second sprint or 6-second high intensity activity, well, you would probably need 30 to 60 seconds of rest. Or the next time you did it, your muscles would not have fully replenished the creatine, and you'd probably move a little bit slower. And if you do subsequent repetitions of sprints or high intensity activity without resting 5 to 10 times the length of the repetition, eventually you're out of creatine and you're going to start switching to the next way that we make ATP, which is the breakdown of glucose, glycolysis. Okay? So that's where we're working anaerobically. And does anyone remember what the byproduct is of anaerobic glycolysis?
Lactic acid comes
Lactic acid is the one, yeah. So if you did a sprint that was longer than 6 seconds, imagine like, you know, a treadmill or a run or whatever, that's 20, 30 seconds, you could do that. But you're out of creatine after 8 seconds, so the remaining time of the sprint, you still need to make ATP quickly. The only thing you can do is just break down glucose anaerobically. And you could, if you're fit, you could sustain a sprint for 30, 40 seconds. I mean, track and field athletes can do it for, you know, almost 2 minutes, but in any case, lactic acid is a byproduct, and it takes a lot of rest and a lot of recovery to clear out that lactic acid. So, we understand the creatine phosphate system, we understand the anaerobic lactic system. The only other way that we can make ATP, and we can make a lot of it this way, is through the aerobic system. And that's where you break down glucose, you make pyruvate, pyruvate goes into the mitochondria, remember that thing in the cell? Yeah. So, and our bodies are like, we can make a lot of energy that way, but it just takes longer.